Hello, my name is Eddie Smith, and this is my wife Alice, and we're with the U.S. Prayer Center in Houston, Texas.
We're coming to you today in gratitude for Dr. Morris Cerullo and the legacy of his life. You know, Eddie and I have been in many of Morris's conferences through the years, and Teresa, we love you and your family, and we're praying for you. Eddie, I remember back in 1996 when we had been on, I believe, Benny Hinn, and Brother Morris had seen us, and he called us to come to San Diego, and we sat down with him, and it was one of those God moments, so supernatural, as we sat there and talked about the intimacy of God, about intercession, and about how the Lord answers prayer. And I knew at that time, and so did you, Eddie, what a man of integrity, what a man of prayer, a man of God that Morris was. And so it's been through these many years that we have been able to work with him, and the privilege of walking with him and being able to see the many great things that God has done in his life. We are so sad that he's passed on. But you know, we do have this one amazing verse in Psalm 116:15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of one of his saints. And I know that when Morris walked into heaven, I know Jesus said, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Enter into heaven with me." And so even though we are very sad, we know that Morris has fought the good fight and he has finished the course.
We were invited to teach for him in San Diego at the Ministry Center on the television program in Los Angeles and in cities across America. And he was such a blessing to us. In fact, we were in India, in Bombay, and a man came up to speak to me at the end of one of the services we were teaching, and he had a horrible scar from this part of his head all the way across his face. And when he left, I asked another pastor, I said, who is that elderly man with that horrible scar? And he told me, and I said, was he in a car wreck? He said, no. He said, Morris Cerullo was here back 20 or 30 years ago, and he was preaching, and a man with a machete jumped on the stage to kill him. And this man jumped in front of him and took the blow. And I could only remember that Christ took the blow for us. And when I was in high school, I'm 78, when I was in high school, Morris was preaching to multitudes in India. So God has used him all over the world so many ways. And I can only imagine the joy in heaven of all those that know him and watched him walk in, and the joy that he had. And in fact, I'm a little put out by that RIP that we put after people when they are deceased.
Yeah. Rest
in peace. Have you read anything about heaven? There's no resting in heaven. Heaven is a happy and joyful place. There's dancing and celebration.
Right. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty.
I would say 24 hours a day, but there's no time and space in heaven. So he's in his joyful place, and we recognize that our grief and Teresa's grief, his dear treasure, is only temporary. So we thank you.
Well, you know, it's amazing to me that Brother Morris was continuing to travel. He was continuing to teach. Even though he was not feeling great this year, he continued to get on the planes. He continued to travel. He continued discipleship. He continued counseling. What an amazing man that he went and went and went to the very end. So we love the Cerullo family. God bless all of you, and let's keep being the disciples of Jesus, but also the discipleship that Morris put in us. Let's continue with that. Let's not give up. Let's not turn around. Let's not stop the fight. Let's move forward for the kingdom.
God bless you.
God bless you.